and everyone around me supports Barcelona, especially. And for 3 years, I ate crap after crap after crap. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm seeing a lot of like fans of the team on Instagram being like, this is why you never stop believing. Dude, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I had zero hopes. Honestly, I watched this team time after time. After the final whistle, I was like, F everybody, I hate you guys. I don't need friends. My team is finally good. Everybody shut up.
He burnt so many bridges that day.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Emilio.
And I'm Rian.
And we're two friends from two different countries. Join us as we share our online friendship with you guys.
And the perspectives from two different worlds.
The show starts now. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Terminally Online Pen Pals podcast. Ryan and I have discussed that this episode, and from now on, it's just gonna be about like 40 minutes of silence. So yeah. So we're just gonna hang out.
Truth be told, guys, for this episode, we ran out of material. I mean, we burned through our last major guest that we're ever going to have on the show last episode, if you haven't watched it. So Emilio and I figure we're going to create our own content by not using our brains to think of anything creative. So we're just going to sit here in silence for the next 45 minutes, contemplate our life choices to make this out of an episode, and we're going to kind of go from there. So let's begin the timer now.
Wait, don't click away. What are you doing? This is a joke. We're going to have a normal episode.
Oh, wait, we were joking?
Please don't go away.
Damn it.
Please, no.
I took a vow of silence for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Talk to your sponsor because it's not happening. What is up? Welcome to a new episode where we don't have a guest, so we are going to talk about our individual weeks this time.
Yeah, because we didn't do that last episode at all, for those of you guys who caught it. Also, again, guys, yes, welcome back to another episode of The Top Pod. No guests this time around. But if you want to see our awesome interview and episode that we did with Patrick Speedrunner Barrett, check out the last episode of The Top Pod.
Yeah, this episode has no guests because it's just me, Ryan, and you guys. And you guys are like family.
Please, you guys are like family here on the podcast, yes.
All right, so let's start. I don't know if we should really get into this right at the top because it's comment time, except we only got 3 comments.
Well, let's get into it because we didn't do it last time.
And they're all from friends of ours. Well,
okay.
One is on the clip where, on TikTok, where Ryan reveals that despite him being on a romantic vacation, he will record the episode. It's just from...
He still does not know yet, by the way. I don't think she saw that episode, so it's still a secret that we're going to be doing the episode on vacation.
Patrick commented, "What in the world, Emilio? Ha 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 ha." I think it's because I said Ryan should lie and say that he's jerking off.
I think it's either that or the jerking off thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the jerking off thing, knowing Patrick. Thrown for a loop.
I don't think you should film that week. But he says he's going to do it.
I'm still fine filming that week, guys. I'm going to be jerking off no matter what on vacation. So at the end of the day, it's just a matter of whether or not we're going to film the podcast or not, okay?
That's a great soundbite. I'm going to be jerking off no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. So we may as well do an episode at the same time, you know? That's just a perfect excuse.
Okay. And the other comment is also hating on Ryan again. I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on.
No, it's my friend. He commented on the now infamous clip of Ryan say Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
It just says men. This is really funny.
It wasn't that bad of a heel turn. It was my first ever Valentine's Day. I went out of my way to spend time with her. She got me some nice gifts, yes. I spent my hard-earned money on on food for us while we were out, and we had a fun time. Okay,
It's almost February.
you guys don't have
again,
the whole
man.
context of our
You
relationship.
can redeem
so.
yourself, man. You can redeem yourself. You got this. Poconos Mountain Trip, man. That's your comeback. And
Yeah, well, I'm jerking off. I'm going to give her a 14-karat gold ring. It's like, here you go. I bought this for you to make up for the Valentine's Day fiasco. Here you go. Now, just let me finish here real quick.
I'm just amazed of how that clip has just changed everything on this show.
Honestly, yeah, it's completely changed everything. I went from being the good host on the podcast to Public Enemy number one. I was always known as the good host.
What are you talking
Emilio
about?
was just kind of the
guy that
sound
does
guy,
everything.
I guess.
And lastly, it's just a comment from one of my other friends on the clip of me revealing that I have braces that just says, "What?"
Nerd.
So yeah.
Never
Ryan
mind.
and his jokes from the 90s.
Hey, the 90s. I'm from the 90s. I'm allowed to make
You're from
them,
the
and they're
last
still
2
relevant.
seconds of the 90s, Ryan.
2 years, I still count. Even if it's barely,
You don't
I
even
still count.
remember
So I'm allowed to
anything
make
about
those
them.
jokes. You millennials wouldn't understand good classic humor from your generation. You guys have TikTok and Fortnite dances and all
That's
this other crap.
Generation Z, dude, and you're also Gen Z.
I think, no, it's part of your generation.
Dude,
the young
you're
and hip
Generation
crowd,
Z.
quote unquote.
Because you were born, like you don't remember 9/11. That's the rule. That was the major event that's the divider
I
between.
kind of remember 9/11.
How the fuck you were 3?
When it happened. I have a very good memory, okay? I have a very high intellect. I can
So I'm
imagine it
here with
happening
my
right now.
co-host, Young Sheldon. Anyways, thank you for your comments. If you want to appear on this show, leave it down below.
So, I actually have a few things I want to discuss for this episode.
Why are we recording so late?
Yes. Well, we're recording so late because I was doing stuff at home and spending time with my family, stuff and whatnot. Nothing too crazy. So that's why we're recording so late. I was mainly spending time with my family for the most part. So, yeah. But as far as what I've been up to the past few weeks, I actually have something interesting I want to discuss that I'm going to be doing next Saturday that came up during the past 2 weeks. Beyond that, nothing extremely exciting that I can think of. Work's been going on as usual. No major house update for this episode either because we haven't had time to actually work on the house or renovate anything. So sorry, guys, we don't have a house update clip for this one. Otherwise, it's been kind of casual. There is something interesting that came up, though, I do want to discuss in depth, and that is next Saturday, guys, on the 25th of April, I will be participating in a sleep study. So...
Oh, what?
That's epic news. A sleep study, specifically to see if I may have sleep apnea.
Oh,
so
shit.
that's something. Yep, it's so.
Your nap time's about to look like Darth Vader. Holy crap.
Pretty much. Actually, that's exactly what it's going to look like once I actually get hooked up to the equipment.
Oh, no.
So, for those of you guys who don't know what a sleep study is, first of all, if you have sleep issues, first of all, and the doctor suspects that you have trouble breathing, you're snoring too loudly, you're not getting enough rest, they will recommend you to a physician. And once you're recommended to the physician, you either A, rent out a bunch of medical equipment, or you stay overnight at the facility and they monitor your heart rate, your breathing, and they see just how well you actually sleep to make sure you don't die, basically. My issue is potential sleep apnea. It's been something that I've noticed on and off for the past several years, specifically with my snoring. I can't tell you guys the amount of times my family and friends that have shared rooms with me have woken up in the middle of the night because I snore so loud. Sleep apnea being when you sleep at night, your body essentially forgets to breathe. So while you're sleeping, your eyes are closed, you're breathing in and out, and all of a sudden your brain suddenly says, hey, you know what? I just took a breath. And then when your nose and mouth aren't inhaling any oxygen, you're not breathing anymore. And then your heart starts to, you wake up basically coughing and hacking because your body just suddenly stops and seizes up from breathing in and out. So I've actually had that happen to me a few times. Nothing really notable, but it has happened to me quite a few times where when I've gone to sleep, I've noticed it. The snoring's gotten worse. I've skipped plenty of breaths in the past. I mentioned it to my doctor during a routine checkup that I scheduled with him the other week. He recommended me to the hospital. They just called me a few days ago. And I am going to rent some equipment next Saturday. And I have to get at least 6 hours of sleep because that's the limit they need in order to test the sleep apnea and to track my sleeping and breathing period. I'm going to go rent out some equipment, wear a breather mask, and it looks like a defibrillator that I'm going to have by me as well. That's going to keep it powered up. And I'm going to have to sleep with that oxygen mask on for at least 6 hours next Saturday night in order to actually see how well I'm breathing. So, yeah, that's a fairly serious issue, potentially. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy, but I have never done a sleep study before. I've heard of plenty of people who've been part of them. I also have the option to sleep at the facility as well. So I either rent the equipment and take it home and use it that way, or I stay at the facility where somebody's watching me the entire night from behind a security monitor. So to see what I'm doing while I'm sleeping. I don't feel like staying overnight in the hospital. From what I gather, the rooms, they're observation rooms. So if you stay there overnight, you sleep there the entire evening. Surveillance cameras hooked up to a control room where they watch you, take notes, and they film you to observe if you're moving a lot while you're sleeping, if you're having trouble getting to sleep, monitoring your heart rate, that kind of deal. So rather than doing all that, though, I'd rather just sleep in my own bed. I'll wear the equipment. It's fine. So
Zoinks.
That's something that I am going to have to do. For those of you guys who suffer through potentially similar issues in order to be diagnosed and get it taken care of, don't be afraid to go through a sleep study. It doesn't sound as bad is what a lot of people might say. So if you can rent the equipment at least to do it at home.
And 2 weeks from now, get ready for the episode that's called My Experience with Sleep Apnea. So stay tuned for that.
I will end up talking about it after I actually go through the sleep study and get my results back. So, and I'll determine whether or not I do have sleep apnea or not. And just how the experience was using the equipment in general. Because I don't know exactly what I'm in for, but apparently the breathing apparatus isn't the most comfortable thing to wear while you're sleeping. So, because it has to monitor everything. So, I'm basically have like a suction cup on my face when I sleep next week. So that should be epic, guys.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, Ryan. I hope everything turns out okay.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Beyond that, though, guys, outside of that update, it's been pretty normal, pretty standard for me these past few weeks. But beyond that, doing all right. We're here doing the show. Now, Emilio, what about you, bud? How were your past 2 weeks?
For work, I went to interview people outside the stadium during a soccer game. Apparently, we interviewed a local celebrity without knowing. There's this taco guy that has this really big booth, and apparently a lot of people knew who he was. Because in the comments they're going like, "Hey, isn't that the taco guy on such and such street?" And I even gotten messages of like, "How do you know him?" And I'm like, I was just looking for people to interview on the street, and he accepted. So
you have all the interesting people in your area. Taco guy, the backpack man from years back. You have
we don't know
all
if
sorts
he's alive.
of awesome people. Is he actually around still or no?
I think he's dead. Honestly.
Oh God! Oh,
For those of you who don't know, Backpack Man was this
El Mochilas. Got it.
He was this homeless guy in my city, and he got famous because he was always carrying a bunch of backpacks, and there were a lot of rumors about his origin. But ever since the pandemic, I've never heard anything about him or seen him, at least me personally, and I haven't heard of anyone that has had the same experience of like seeing him ever since the pandemic.
Oh man!
He has a mural, I believe, somewhere in town. I've never been, but someone made a graffiti art of him, and that's pretty cool. Because he was kind of an icon of the city. But
as for. And by the way, if anyone has any information on the Backpack Man, let us know in the comment section down below. We can get him on the podcast.
Definitely.
Yes.
But yeah, so we interviewed Breakfast Taco Man, which was pretty funny. I mean, he was a pretty cool guy. So it's funny. Then that week as well, we went to record at some ancient ruins. Ooh.
What? Ancient ruins?
Hell yeah. Welcome to the History Channel. Were these ruins built by aliens? I don't know.
God. We got Mr. Beast over here. First the pyramids, now ancient ruins.
Well, I don't really watch a lot of Mr. Beast. I didn't know he was doing ancient aliens type
Well,
shit.
he already did the whole ruin video thing, so you guys are basically copying him at this point. That's how YouTuber logic works.
So, yeah, there was this archaeological site that in my city that's abandoned, and there has been, what are they called, like scavengers? I don't know, people digging them out and stealing stuff.
Oh wait, no. There is an actual archaeological term for those people. Grave diggers?
Oh, yeah.
Or something like
Gold
something
diggers.
like that. Looters, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, the grave digger, that's the term, or something like that. I don't know.
So that's apparently going on there. So we went there to check it out. So yeah, hopefully in a future episode, maybe not the next one, because we're going to have the sleep apnea special. My friend who's been researching this topic, he said he would like to do it and come on the show.
Ooh, sweet.
So yeah, so stay tuned for that. We might have an actual educational episode here, so that's gonna suck.
Yeah, for once. Rather than making masturbation jokes the entire time, we can actually teach you guys something useful on this podcast.
And that piece did really well, so we did another one at a different archaeological site, where apparently there was this people that they moved to this plot of land, began building, and during construction they realized, holy shit, we're on top of a archaeological site of a pre-Columbian civilization. So this is like prior to the 14th century. Like, we don't really know how old it is, but we at least know that.
Right.
So that in the 80s this happened, and ever since, that plot of land has been in like this legal dispute, right? Because the sort of the law, the way it works here is that if you find an archaeological site in your land, the government buys the land from you and sort of works that land basically to restore the archaeological site and and any archaeological piece you might find there. This is apparently very common here in Mexico. The problem is that the National Anthropology and History Institute is incredibly underfunded. So these guys have been in a legal dispute since the 80s. And my friend told me it would have been just cheaper if the government bought the land out of these people. Yeah, that was what I got up to at work. Other than that, it was a pretty epic week. I know this isn't the sports show, but we have a sports thing.
Oh my. Okay, what kind of sports update do we have here, buddy? Is it on soccer?
Hell yeah, brother.
Who raise your hand watching the top pod? Who cares about soccer?
The world.
Oh, I see game. No hands. Okay.
That's because this is live, Ryan.
No hands? Okay, great. So I guess that means we could just skip the soccer topic and move on to something more interesting.
Something incredible happened. Now, to give you context, when I was a wee lad, about I think this was 11, 12 years ago. I watched a game between the two teams from Madrid, and I saw a team called Atlético de Madrid play and lose the final. And I thought, I don't know why, in my dumb pea brain at the time, I said, I'm going to root for that team. I just saw them embarrassed in the final. I'm going to root for that one. So I picked the team, and I quickly, as I grew up supporting this team, I was like, wow, I'm going to time travel. Like it's like Interstellar when he sees himself through the bookshelf and he's trying to stop him from going on the mission.
Yep. It's like, I'm going to go back and it's like, don't support these guys.
So anyways, I get to college and all of my friends watch Spanish football, except they all support either... Well, I have just one friend that supports Real Madrid. That's the most successful team in Europe. And Barcelona, which is the second most successful team in Spain. And they're just huge teams. And everyone around me supports Barcelona, especially. And for 3 years, I ate crap after crap after crap.
Like, wow, you support a team that does awful compared to these more successful
And I was
teams.
like, hey, I'm not a bandwagon fan. You know, I didn't pick my team because it was the cool thing to do. And I'm not an NPC. Anyways, so fast forward to last week, Champions League quarterfinals. Barcelona against Atlético de Madrid. And I'm kind of thinking, holy crap, I'm going to get a bunch of text messages just clowning on me because my fucking team lost again. But it's okay. I'm kind of used to it at this point. I'm watching the game and suddenly my team scores. And then they score again. And I'm thinking, wait, we're winning. What's going on? This isn't normal.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. What's going on?
When am I going to wake up? And then a team from from Barcelona gets sent off, right? They get booted off the game, and they're just playing with 10 players at this point, right? They're a man down, and I'm thinking, holy shit, is this gonna happen for me? And then in the next game, but then suddenly in the next game, Barca scores 2 goals, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, back to reality. We're drawn. We're about to get.
It's like this is a nice tease, guys, but it's
back to my shitty little reality. And then out of the blue, my team scores. And I'm kind of thinking, holy shit, never mind. Life is awesome. Life is worth living. But then
Emilio at that moment picked up all of his contacts and started texting them back. Fuck you guys. After all these years of eating crow, you guys finally freaking lost.
But then Barcelona scores, and I'm thinking, oh shit, we're back at this point. But then the ref, he blows his whistle, and he's like, all right, I gotta check this play. Something's off. Calls it offside. The goal is disallowed, and we're back, baby. And then the game is over, and my team won after 9 years of eating crap. Wow. The team finally won.
9 years, they finally get a good victory.
And I'm like, this is what I had. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm seeing a lot of like fans of the team on Instagram being like, "This is why you never stop believing." Dude, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I had zero hopes. Honestly, I watched this team time after time.
Instead of being a positive supporting fan of me, I was like, listen, I expected these guys to suck. And just because they won doesn't mean they're going to win next time either.
But this is
we
great.
have this victory for this year.
A win is a win, guys.
A win is still a win. That's right.
And then, after the final whistle, I was like, fuck everybody. I hate you guys. I don't need friends. My team is finally good. Everybody shut up.
He burnt so many bridges that day.
Yeah. So, guys, that was my week. I was like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I kind of jokingly said that if my team won that game, I would go to Madrid next fall. I kind of said it without thinking it was possible. Because I wanted to go to Peru this fall. So basically...
Are you going to Madrid now?
Baby.
I mean, you did promise. You did say you were going.
Yeah. So I guess
your team beat the odds and ended up winning.
yeah,
so.
it was. I have to do it now.
Yeah, you gave
Believe.
your word. Yeah.
My name is Bad Bunny, and I'm here because I never stop believing in myself.
Exactly.
You also should believe in yourself.
I mean, you didn't believe in your team to win or anything, but, they still won. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you're going to keep your word.
Yeah. When it was 2-0 up, everybody kept telling me, like, dude, you guys are in the next round. And I'm like, I've seen them play for 11, 12 years. Like, I know I've been here before. Like, some magic is going to happen. Like, that week, these guys are going to forget how to kick a ball or something. And
Oh, no.
But they didn't. They were like, Emilio's watching us on TV. We can't disappoint him.
Or in reality, we can't afford any more bad press because as soon as we lose, this one dude who has a podcast is going to be vocal about his disappointment, and we're going to get more bad press. So we have to at least have some positive fans watching.
It was of a lot of like emotions, and yeah, it was really cool seeing the meltdown of everyone I know being like, just because I didn't know this stat, but apparently Barcelona, the other team, they haven't won the Champions League, which is like the most important tournament in Europe. They haven't won it in 11 years. So
wow.
I think that's why and their rivals, Real Madrid, in the past 10 years, they've won it like 5 times. So yeah. If you want to understand that rivalry in basketball terms, it would be kind of like the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. Or
on this show, the Steelers versus the Packers.
No, because like despite all the jokes that I do of like the Steelers, Steelers fans aren't bandwagon fans. Like, and there's like history and tradition with that team.
Yeah.
So I guess it'd be more like Dodgers, Yankees. I don't really can think of like an NFL equivalent. You know? Maybe in like the AFC, it could be like Bills.
In my area,
Bills and K.
It would be like the Steelers Ravens in my area.
Well, no, because like I think it would be more like Steelers, Patriots.
Steelers and Patriots were one of them, but Steelers and Ravens are a very good contender for that as well.
No, because that's a local rivalry. I'm talking about like tradition against glamour, and I think that's the rivalry.
If it's more tradition, I guess Steelers and Patriots fit better.
Yeah, it's Steelers and Patriots.
Yeah, Steelers and Patriots. And yeah, on this show too, and no, it's not traditional. As much as I give Emilio grief over the Packers, I just do it to mess with him on the show. I don't actually hate the Packers team. Members of my family are from Wisconsin, and my uncle is from Wisconsin, and he loves the Packers. They're his favorite team, and they end up watching them every single year. So, despite the fact that I disowned them a long time ago for that fact alone, I still respect the fact. I'm joking. I respect the fact, though, that they like the Packers. They are a good team overall. But when you're pitting them up against the Steelers, I mean, I got to stay loyal.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of the Barcelona-Real Madrid rivalry. I guess the Steelers-Ravens would be the Atlético-Real Madrid rivalry because it's like a more local rivalry. And even though the personalities of the both teams kind of don't match that rivalry either.
Not at all, no.
So yeah, end of the sports segment. But that's it.
Or whatever the intro was.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go. Sports update, Top Pod edition. All right, we'll come up with some kind of creative intro, I'm sure.
But if you guys want to support me fulfilling my promise of going to Madrid, You can support this show on kofi.com/TOPP.pod.
Yes, guys. Please help us get Emilio to Spain. I really want to see the fact we doubted his team the entire time and promised to go on this really expensive trip, and somehow he beat out the odds and he's going. So please support us on Kofi to get Emilio out to Spain.
You want to know the craziest part? It's not as expensive as I thought it would be. It's
all right, listen, Emilio.
$700.
We need to cut this part out of the podcast. We want people to donate to Kofi.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So the more expensive they think it is, the more money will be donated to the Kofi. So we're going to cut that last part out. It's $7,000.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to raise on Kofi for Emilio.
7,000, guys.
7,000, 70,000 maybe, depending. But support us on Kofi there, guys. And so check out the social medias, where you'll be updated with all the awesome topics we discussed here and future updates, like Emilio's future Spain trip and my sleep apnea update. And my sleep apnea update to see how well that goes.
Yeah, check us out on TOPP.pod on Instagram and TikTok. Ryan, what do you recommend, by the way? We haven't done this in a while.
That's right. We haven't done an edition of Ryan Recommends in a few episodes, have we? Oh, gosh.
I recommend sports gambling.
Sports gambling. No, and I can't honestly recommend that. I know a lot of friends of mine, they participate in fantasy football leagues every year. One of them won $2,000 actually one time. And by one of my friends, I mean Josh, actually won $2,000 one year.
So for fantasy football, that day.
I don't endorse gambling, by the way, guys.
No, gambling is bad. If you guys see us doing a gambling sponsor in the future, it's because we were desperate for money. Like the Spain trip was actually really $7,000.
Really was $7,000, and Kofi banned us. We didn't receive any money from it anyway, so we did what we had to do, basically. But what I'm going to recommend for you guys this week, since we haven't done a Ryan Recommends in a while, I'm going to recommend that if you guys have a snoring problem like I do, and you guys suspect that you can't sleep at night, I mean, that's one way to do it. That's a permanent sleep, so not quite what I was thinking. If you guys are having issues sleeping at night and you need the proper care and proper treatment, and you really need somebody to keep an eye out on you, but you can't afford medical care, get sent to prison. I promise you, from my experience, if you snore a lot in a jail cell, your cellie will have no issues letting you know about it. They'll take care of the issue, and you don't have to worry about paying any medical bills for it. Because they're covered inside the prison. So any injuries or anything else you may sustain if you fall off your bed or the cellie does it for you, you'll be able to have all that covered. So my recommendation is get sent to prison to resolve your sleep apnea and snoring issues. It'll work out for you, trust me.
So yeah, whilst you figure whatever that means, like, subscribe, comment your favorite fruit, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Yep, take care, guys. Have a good one.